Hello and welcome to the perfect guide to the perfect guide. I'm Don Bentley. Over the next 15 minutes or so, I'm going to educate you on how to become the best tour guide of MMU Cheshire. It's quite embarrassing really. Over the last 3 years, touring's made me somewhat of a celebrity on campus. You alright, buddy?
Fuck off, mate.
So you've met your group and you've brought them outside, you've made some small talk about how far they've travelled from and other universities they're applying to. And then it's time to introduce yourself. Be loud and clear. I'm insert name here and I'll be your tour guide for today. And then it's time for big joke number 1. The student. For this joke, you want to go around the entire group pointing out the obvious students. You want to ask for their name and the course they're applying for. This allows you to be course specific later in the tour. Then you finish by asking one of the adults, who's clearly not a student, what course they're applying for. This is hilarious and acts as an icebreaker for the group. So you're off and walking. Remind the group they're free to ask questions at any time. And when you're walking, try and keep everybody together. There's nothing worse than having a tour guide by your side 1 second and gone the next. And then it's on to the Cousins building. Here I like to point out it's where general sports or film lectures are held. Then we move down the back of the library and it's on to big joke number 2. The library. Here I like to say, this is the library. I haven't been inside, but apparently it's full of books. Bring the group along to old halls and point out some of the key information. There are 3 blocks, all with 58 rooms. They've just spent £2 million revamping the kitchen and security facilities. Also, I like to point out to the parents and the young girls, just as a safety warning, that the surrounding area is fairly open, so there's little rape per academic year. 5 or 6. You've just shown them old halls, and now it's time to go over to booth and big joke number 3. The crossing. Here you say, make sure everyone's got a partner and hold hands so no one gets lost. Booth hall. Picturesque. Majestic. Like a prison. With the high fences and 24-hour CCTV, it's like a shit Big Brother. Here, luckily, the room hosts take over and do all the work. And then it's back to campus and big joke number 4. The bin. This joke comes with a massive warning. If you rate the other jokes' responses between 1 and 10, and the average isn't 10, don't do this joke. It goes like this. You stop the group at the bin, and you say in all seriousness, this bin was opened last week as part of the Greener Crew scheme by Dave Benson Phillips. No, I'm talking rubbish. On the walk back into campus, I like to point out the reception as it acts as a mail depot for old halls. I also like to remind them that they're free to ask questions at any point. These don't have to be academic questions. For example, what's the nightlife like in Crewe? I guarantee someone will say, what is the nightlife like in Crewe? This gives you free roam to talk about STEAM and the SU. Bring the group into campus and take them into the SU. Highlight some of the things that you can buy from the shops. The lovely I Heart MMU hoodies, stationery, food, fags, and then take them on to the job shop. Don Bentley's over there to explain more. Thanks, Don. On exiting the SU, I like to point out the job shop. This is where you can get jobs on campus in the cafes or bars or jobs like this. And then it's on to student finance. Student finance. This is a building where students come to deal with any financial issues. Student information point. This is a point where students can come to get information. Finally, get to this corner and wrap the tour up. Here I think is a good spot because you can point out the Contemporary Arts building where some of your party may have auditions, the sports building where they may go for another tour, or back to the student zone where we started our tour. I'd like to remind everyone once again, if they've got any questions, they can ask me or anyone else throughout the rest of the day, and then finish with a joke. Something like, That's the end of my tour. Feel free to clap. Wish them a safe journey home and pause for applause. I've been Don Bentley, and this has been the perfect guide to the perfect guide.